Hey, what's up YouTube? It's AP with another video, and today we're going to talk about Genesis chapter 2. Now, if you guys have seen the previous video, it was about God and the beginning of creation. You know, it was an empty world, formless, dark, and each day represented creations or different creations. And now we're in chapter 2, and this is starting off on day 7. So from the first day to the 6th day, there was work. And each day had its creation. So after all his hard work, he decided to take a rest, a break. And that kind of, if God, takes a break, needs a break, I don't know if it's needs or wants to, depending whatever, he took one. So I think that kind of shows us that you need to take a break sometimes. Sometimes after all your hard work, this doesn't mean to be lazy, but if you've been working hard, you need a break so that you can continue your work and have that, that strength and the desire to keep, going. So we're going to talk about verses 1 to 3 in Genesis chapter 2. So on the 7th day, God rested, and this became a holy day. So this is where, the cycle of the Sabbath begins, where it is a holy day. It is in the Bible. It's reserved for a day of worshiping. It is a day for not doing like work for money or whatever. And it's a time to spend time with your family. It's time to eat food, to socialize with your neighbors, read the Bible, read the law, study the law. That's what back then in the days, that's what it was reserved for. So God rested. Then on verses 4 through 7, it says that God made man out of dust. And so he grabbed dust and he made man out of dust. So, and after that, it says that God breathed life into us, and we became, a person. And what's it called? So we are physically connected to the earth, and at the same time uniquely spiritually connected to God, because like I said, he breathed life into us. So that's verses 4 through 7. Moving on to verses 8 through 17, it says that God made a garden. He made a garden with full of trees, animals. It mentions the four rivers. And in verses 10, it says there's a river, and that river split into 4, and the names of it are, hopefully I'm not pronouncing these wrong, is Pishon or Pison, Gihon or Gihon, Hiddekel, Euphrates. I know that one's correct, but maybe the other one's, the pronunciation is not correct, but you know the deal. You get the idea. So he places man into this beautiful garden, and he makes so many trees of so many kind, and Adam is able to satisfy himself with all that is available to him in the garden. But in the middle of the garden, there's 2 trees, and one of those trees is the tree of life, and the other tree is the tree of, I think, is knowledge of good and evil. And he strictly forbids eating off of that tree, because on the day that he does eat it, he will most certainly die. So that tree is prohibited. So he makes that clear. So like I said, 2 trees. He has the freedom to eat everything, and this here, this boundary introduces free will. Free will is true love, obedience, and it cannot exist without a choice. So that's where, free will is introduced. Now in verses 18 through 25, it says that let me see, that he saw that Adam was alone, and I think I'm not sure if all the animals that he already made a male and a female, and except man. I'm not quite sure. I can't really recall on that one, but he saw that Adam was by himself. He knew that it wasn't good for man. So this is the first time where God notices. So everything that he's making is like, oh, I made light, that's good. I made sea animals, sea creatures, that's good. I made birds, that's good. I made man, that's good. So this is the first time where he says it is not good. So he says it's not good when Adam, man, should not be alone. So I'm going to make a helper for him, So as you guys know, God puts Adam into a deep sleep. Meanwhile, Adam is sleeping. God enters, grabs a rib, and closes his flesh up, lets it heal, and out of that rib he makes a woman. So when he wakes up, he has the woman, and that's gonna be his helpmate. So with that and those verses, it says, let me see. So in those verses, so in the concluding of this chapter, it shows us the structural foundation for marriage, and where it says a man should leave his parents and he should get with his wife and become one flesh. And that's pretty much about it for the chapter. It's quick, simple, but something for you guys to to end this video with is so with this, you don't always need to be productive. Sometimes stepping back and resting is exactly what you need to keep balance and wellness in your life. So after hard working, you take a break, spend time with family, build relationships, especially probably right now in these times. It's very difficult. People are really busy. Sometimes you just gotta make a slot for your people that you care about. There's a lot of lonely people out there who don't have family or friends for whatever reason. You can make that day for like a worshiping day. Go to church. If you're a religious person, read the Bible, study the Bible. If you're not a religious person, take a walk, take a nap, go to the park, go to like a national park. If you have one nearby, go swimming, fishing, whatever brings you peace. And like it's said that we're taken from dust, we're connected to the earth. So every time you see animals or a puppy or a sequoia tree, the ocean, the mountains, goats, it just attracts us. It attracts us. Like if we see a Lamborghini, we're like, wow, that's so cool. Like let me check out the interior and pop the hood open, and there's nothing there. The engine's in the back. You're like, wow, that's so cool. But then you get like a truck and you pull up with a bunch of puppies. Yeah, what's more beautiful? Well, in my opinion, I think the puppies. I'm just saying. But anyways, I'm gonna end it off with that. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys with the next video.